Hey everyone, I hope you had a great April. This is another monthly favorites where I talk about what I've been up to and some of my favorite art-related things, books, podcasts, movies, and TV shows. So let's get started. I'm really happy this month I've been able to continue making 2 videos a week, which was my goal. Last month I started a series called 5 and 5. 5 and 5 is a series of videos I release every single Sunday. The idea is that I talk about 5 artists or artworks. Sometimes there's more than one artist working on the artwork, so I don't know. I use the term very loosely, I guess. But yeah, I have 5 artworks and artists that have some sort of theme or connection between them, and then I talk about them in under 5 minutes. And you guys seem to really like them, which is really exciting because I really like making them. It lets me talk about a whole bunch of different artists of different time periods, of different countries, and so on. So it's really fun for me. It gives a little bit more variety to the things I get to talk about. This month I did a total of 4, and they were selfie, Gates, nature, and anatomy. You get to see the different interpretations and the different conversations about this one subject. So it's been really fun, and I hope you guys enjoy them. I did a couple of videos about art making, particularly about painting. I did a budget or cheap art set. Basically, what do you really need to buy and what can you skip out and find free alternatives. And from that video, people requested that I share some ideas of paint colors, of what colors to pick up when you're just starting out, because it can be really expensive and you don't want to pick out 10,000 colors that you may or may not use right away or know how to use. So in that video I outlined 3 steps or stages that I recommend if you're just starting to learn how to paint, what colors you should buy first, next, and then what to build on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It also had a bonus little video that was me speed painting. And finally I did a video about the history of the color lapis lazuli, which is also ultramarine blue. And that was really fun. I really enjoyed the history of colors, so I'm looking forward to making more. Moving on to some favorites I want to share this month. First, I want to share a podcast that I've been listening to, which is The Sculptor's Funeral. The guy who runs it is Jason Arkles, and he actually reached out to me on Reddit, and I listened to his podcast. Jason Arkles is a sculptor who is trained in Florence, Italy. I'll link his website down below so you can actually read about it yourself, but it's pretty interesting. I believe he mostly talks about 19th century Italian or French sculpture, but I saw he has episodes about the early Renaissance and the Baroque and the Romantics, so I'm sure he has a wide range all about sculpture. I particularly enjoy the ones talking about how sculpture was taught. I think if you really enjoy sculpture, go ahead and check out his podcasts. And they're really long. They're actually an hour long each, which is pretty cool. So if you're looking for a really long podcast, that is it. Next is a TV show that is also a recommendation from Reddit. Thanks for all the recommendations, guys. It's a history of art in 3 colors. They recommended it to me because they saw my lapis lazuli video and thought I would enjoy that. It's also an hour long. It's a documentary style as well. BBC, you guys know, they make a ton of really great stuff that I like and I always talk about each month. So that's the one that I watched this month. Finally, the book I've been reading this month is 7 Days in the Art World by Sarah Thornton. And basically Thornton went around and interviewed a bunch of people from the art world in different spaces, and she writes about one day she spent in each of these spaces. So there's the auction, the crit, the fair, the prize, the magazine, the studio visit, the biannual. It sort of gives you this insider's look into these different spaces. It's almost gossipy in a way, where you talk about, oh, this guy bought this, and this guy sold that, or this guy hates this, or whatever. So if you ever were curious what it's like to be in any of these sort of spaces, you can check out this book. It's pretty amazing. There's a lot of really famous people mentioned in this book that she interviews and talks about. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend for you to check it out. That's it for this month's favorites. I hope you guys are looking forward to May. I know I am, because I might be going somewhere at the end of May and talking a lot about their art. So prepare to be bombarded with a certain type of art from a certain part of the world. Yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe that was a mistake. No, I need water now.